Hi, I'm Carol, and I am nothing like Paris Hilton. Well, except that we both like the simple life. Well, I'm not so sure she liked it, but she did have a show with that name way back in the day. But life today is anything but simple. Do you ever feel hirith? Do you know what that is? It's a new word to me too. But now that I'm in my 70s, I feel it all the time. It's Welsh, hirith, and it means nostalgia or a yearning for the lost places of our past. And maybe in our case, lost youth. Okay, I have to admit, I am guilty of looking at life in the 1950s and 60s through rose-colored lenses. And yes, of course, life was not a good life then for many disenfranchised people. I can only speak, though, from my own point of view. For me, life was much simpler back then. For example, a password wasn't a strange combination of symbols, letters, and numbers. Wait, there weren't any passwords back then. We didn't need them. We had a key to our house, a key maybe to a safe deposit box, which of course we could lose, maybe a combination to a lock for our gym locker, which we were young enough to actually remember, but that was really our limit to participation in security. But today, we can't live without passwords, and they have to be so complicated we can't remember them. And we're supposed to change them every 6 weeks and set different ones for every online service we use. Our bank, security system, internet provider, each of the streaming services we subscribe to, online periodicals, our social security account, there's that, credit card billing, cable, Amazon, Instacart, Instagram, and all our social media accounts. We now need a password for everything, and each has to be different. All of this, as our brains age and memory capacity becomes more and more limited. It's no wonder I feel hirith. Give me those rose-colored glasses. Listen, when I was younger, I'd move at the drop of a hat. A great job offer in a different state, I'm there. Move 3,000 miles to California to a place where I know absolutely no one and have no job yet? Why not? These days, we're starting to think about selling our primary residence and downsizing, but all of this stuff, what are we going to do with it? We can't give it to our kids. We didn't have any, which at this age looks like very bad planning. Because where do we go? And who will take care of us as we age? Do we move to one of those continuing care communities, which would take us from the active adults we are now to being fed Jell-O by candy stripers? Have you looked at them? Here in California, we noticed that most of them are in rural areas, far away from the pleasures and delights that we've grown used to, because that's where land is more affordable. But they're also away from good hospitals and medical care. So our dream, we'd love to retire in Hawaii. But last month, my husband took a fall while we were there, and he ended up in the ER on one of the islands. It was a slow night, so the ER doc had a chance to actually talk with him about medical care on the island. Well, she said there's only one oncologist and one cardiologist on this entire island. Your CT scan is being read remotely in Australia because we don't have a radiologist on duty tonight. They all get off at 4. This island, she said, is no country for old people. I gotta ask, in your wildest dreams, did you ever think that the major criterion for a move would be medical care? But that's what it is at this age, at least for us. First and foremost, is there good, accessible medical care? So really, come to think of it, life today is much simpler than it's ever been. It all comes down to one thing: how do we stay alive?